Protestant Welfare, which is our main food pantry, and we did a trade-off, she and I. We had a strike at McDonnell Douglas going on at that time, and I had 25 families in Granite City that weren't receiving anything. It didn't take them long before they needed help. So I went to the Protestant Welfare, which was our food pantry, the main food pantry in Granite City. And Denise Wright was a wonderful lady, retired lady. She was the director. And I said, Denise, I said, can you help me feed these families? Well, sure, Bill, but I want you to come with me. So we go into the garage. It was an old electrical building. You could put 3 trucks side by side in it. And inside this garage was a pile of debris all the way up to the 20-foot ceiling. So, what do you want, Denise? Want to get this cleaned up? No, no. She said, what I want from you is help building a soup kitchen. I said, Denise, I'm from Granite City. I said, we don't need a soup kitchen in Granite City. She goes, yes, we do. So I didn't debate it with her, but I put it in the back of my mind. I was at a food pantry conference. The presenter was from Washington, D.C. and spoke about the food pantries in Washington, D.C. This is 1996. I'm sitting next to a very, I'll just say, wonderful gentleman named Walter Hunter. He was in charge of Madison County Community Development. So this guy's presenting about the soup kitchen. Walter was sitting next to me, and he nudges me, and he says, Bill, we can do this. I said, buddy, have I got the place for you? So I took him to Granite City, introduced him to Denise. So we set up a JTPA program. We took at-risk youth from Madison High School, Venice High School, and Granite City High School. And this was the deal. We made $15 an hour through the summer. Clean this room up. We give you a set of carpenter tools, and you build this room, and you build the kitchen. I had an old carpenter that had been my mentor, and we offered him the job. So he came in, took these 15 boys, most of them were juniors and seniors, all of us juniors and seniors, to where people that were hungry, all they had to do was sign their name, and they ate. Well, the governor gave us an award for this. It was a very big deal in Granite City. Granite City Steel helped us. Their torch club, they built the kitchen itself, and we did not realize when we decided to build this kitchen that all the machinery in the kitchen had to be restaurant standards, standard. Stainless steel, everything. Stove cost us $5,000. I mean, grease catcher was $6,000. So anyway, we built it. So that May, I was in my office and I received a phone call from Denise, the director of Protestant Welfare. She said, Bill, I want you to come over and look at this. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd week in May. Went over there, and as I went to the front door, I noticed one thing. They served lunch there. From the front of the building, from the front door all the way around the side of the building were children. School had ended. They came to eat lunch. Granite City's downtown area was very depressed. These children were fed every day, and they're still being fed every day because of this soup kitchen. But that awakened something in me, because I had no idea that food was such a problem. I'd never seen that in my lifetime. So this leads into my initiative. We have an EF&S committee, Emergency Food and Shelter, which is the old FEMA committee. I sit on that board. And at the meetings, I was listening to the food pantry directors. Each and every one of them made a report about how hunger was getting even more rampant than I ever knew. There were more people coming into the food pantries than had ever come before. And one of the more disturbing things to me personally was the age group and the sector of society that were growing exponentially were the retirees. People that didn't have a good pension or only had their Social Security were coming to our food pantries and needing food. So I thought, let's do something. So I got a committee together of all the food pantry directors of Madison County and other people. So we start struggling with, how do you get food to people? How do you gather food? For a year we struggled with this. Couldn't come up with a good idea. Nothing seemed to work. So Catholic Charities of Alton said to me, they were sitting on the board, we have something for you. There was a program in Decatur, WSOY Food Drive. It's a radio station. The person that started it will come down and teach you how to do this. Kevin Brahaney was his name, a realtor. They had started this program 13 years ago. First year, their goal was 35,000 pounds of food. Last year, in one 12-hour day, they pulled 1 million pounds of food. Enough for their 4 major pantries to have food all year long for the community of Decatur. It was Catholic Charities and United Way started this program. So the committee was sitting there, and we all looked at each other and we said, let's do this. Why reinvent the wheel? Why struggle with this? Let's just copy this verbatim, which is what we've done. Now, the basis of this food collection program is this. The schools in Decatur, the Catholic schools, because it was started by the Diocese of Catholic, that covers Catholic Charities, the Catholic schools got on board first. They would collect food, the children would collect food and bring it in for prize money. The school would receive prize money for the school that had the most poundage per student. That's how they started. Once they started this, the public schools said, we want to be part of this. Let us join this. So the public schools are on board also. That's how they get their 1 million pounds of food. Decatur's 100,000 people, I think. I think that's what it is. So what we've done here is we've started this initiative. Jim Hanlon linked me up with Virgil Moore. Virgil has the school district, as you well know, in East Alton. I've been in communication with School District 9, Dr. Greenwald. He's on board. So we're starting off with 2 school districts. The Catholic schools, we're starting our collection. It will be this month. Our goal is the same as, we didn't do anything different, the same as Decatur, 35,000 pounds. The Bank of Edwardsville, and Joanne Barton in particular, who's the senior vice president, gave us prize money. So first prize will be $1,000, second prize $750, third prize $250 for the schools to get the most poundage. This is an initiative that I would love to see 13 years from now, we're pulling 1 million pounds of food. Because we will alleviate hunger in Madison County if we can do this. Let me ask you, do you have any questions of that part of the program? Anything? Any questions?
Well, where's the drop-off for the drive going to be?
I was afraid you were going to ask that question.
Well,
We had Schnucks on board. Now I'm hoping Schnucks is still going to do this, but we have a backup plan if something falls through. But Schnucks in Granite City will be the drop-off point. We will collect the food on January 18th in the afternoon from the schools, bring it, weigh it, and then distribute distribute it to the food pantries. That's Saturday, following day the 19th. That's what our plan is as of now. I can't say thank you enough to the people that have partnered with us. People like Virgil. My wife has a Catholic school in Granite City, so I was able to get Catholic schools on fairly easy. She's principal. The Catholic Diocese, Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, everyone that sat on this committee that spent long hours meeting together, trying to come up with a plan. I personally did not think we were going to be able to pull this off because nothing worked. Another reason, and this is for your information, another reason why I decided upon doing this program was a letter carrier food drive. Are all you familiar with that?
Sure.
Okay, 3 years ago, Shop and Save bought bags that you would put on your table or your counter, reminded you of the food drive that Saturday, put your food out in your mailbox, the letter carriers would pick it up. I've worked those letter carrier food drives for 19 years. 3 years ago here in the Alton area, we pulled 60,000 pounds of food in one day, which was great. The following year, Shop and Save said, as a corporation, we can no longer afford to buy your bags nationwide. They bought it nationwide. You're talking millions of dollars. I'm not throwing rocks at Shop and Save. They could no longer do it. So we went from 60,000 pounds of food to 30,000 1 year. Now the food pantries had counted on this food every year because the summer months are the worst months for food and food pantries. So they would, they would lead into the summer with their shelves full, at least for a few weeks. We lost that. This last May, here we pulled 27,000 pounds of food. You can see the direction it's going in. We're going to lose this food drive. So we're going to try and supplement it the best way we can with our Food for Families initiative. That's the name of the program, Food for Families. Yes?
The soup kitchen in Granite City, how many
Yep.
do you serve daily there?
We started off serving right at 50 before the children came. As of last week, we're averaging 175 a day. It's open 3 days a week. If you would go there and see the kind of people we're feeding, these aren't people necessarily you would, in your mind's eye, look at and think that these people need to eat here. These are working people. That's the problem with food pantries as of today. Not only are the older people needing food pantries, but the working poor that cannot feed their families on the wages they're making. So they supplement their income with our food pantries. So just wish me luck in this.
Oh, yeah.
It seems to be working. We're pulling it off. So now I'm going to wear my United Way hat. I think Virgil put these on your table. This is a brochure that has a listing of the 170 agencies supported by United Way of Greater St. Louis. And let me tell you this, United Way of Greater St. Louis is second in the entire nation of all United Ways, in which there are 1,400 of them, for the cost of overhead. We have the lowest overhead cost. It's at 9 cents on the dollar is our overhead. The 91 cents goes to helping people. Our goal, well, we achieved last year $73 million, which we put out in the community at over $1 million a week. And let me be honest with you, we're a Band-Aid. The need is so great. We're a Band-Aid. We help. But the government has stepped back from Human Services. We've been doing this for many years. And the programs that were there are no longer there. So it's hurting people. And one statistic that really hit me between the eyes was, do you know how many children go to bed hungry at night in this country? 18% of the children go to bed hungry. We're the richest nation in the world. We grow the food for the world, yet our kids are hungry. I don't quite understand that, but that's the facts. So with United Way, we support 170 agencies. We run the gambit everywhere, from the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, food pantries, Catholic charities. They're all in here. On this side of the river, my office covers 5 counties that we put money into to help people. That's what we do best. This is I'll be going into my 20th year at United Way. I was teaching school at an alternative high school, ETC, Educational Therapy Center. This job opened up, and I was asked to put in for it, and nothing has ever been as fulfilling as working for this organization. I see how the money works on a daily basis. Right now we're closing down Olin Winchester. And the surprising thing about Olin Winchester is this to me. I do campaigns out there, and I walk out there and I tell my stories. I ask them for support. And you know, these people give me an increase every year. Even though they know they're losing their jobs, because they know that many of their fellow employees that they once worked with are coming to us for assistance. And that's partly my job. That's part of my job, is to help people in that situation that have lost their jobs. I bring them in, I interview them face to face. I listen to their story. I don't work on the phone with them. I let them come and tell me their problems. And then I provide assistance. And lastly is my 211 card. This, probably a good way of describing this is the 911 of Health and Human Services. We have a floor in St. Louis in our building that is dedicated to the 211 line, where you can reach an operator 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, if you need help. And they will direct you to assistance. That's something that we do 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And we help hundreds of thousands. Well, we helped 1,250,000 people last year, of 3 million people in this area. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing United Way does. Have any questions of me? Thank you for listening to me.